For millennia, humanity has been captivated by the idea of communication beyond words. We've long believed that the mind, like the stars, holds untapped potential, its power waiting to be unleashed. Telepathy, the ability to transmit thoughts, feelings and intentions directly from one mind to another, has been more than a myth, more than a legend. It has been a hidden truth, one that has shaped the fate of civilizations and influenced the course of history. Today, we find ourselves on the edge of rediscovering this lost knowledge, but it is a discovery that has been buried, suppressed and manipulated by those who seek to control the flow of power itself. Long before the modern world, telepathy was an open secret among the wise and the enlightened. Ancient civilizations such as the Egyptians, Sumerians and even the early Hindus knew of the mind's ability to connect with others in ways that transcended physical boundaries. In the ancient temples of Egypt, high priests and priestesses were said to communicate with each other through thought alone, their minds linked in a harmonious frequency that allowed them to exchange sacred knowledge without speaking. Some say that the Great Pyramid of Giza was designed as a conduit for these transmissions, a physical amplifier of spiritual energy, enabling those who entered its chambers to access higher dimensions of consciousness. The Sumerians too had their own stories of telepathic communication. The epic tales of the gods, Anu, Enki and Enlil, suggest that these beings who came from the stars communicated directly with the humans they guided. Through telepathy they imparted knowledge, shaping the course of humanity's early history. But the knowledge of telepathy did not remain in the hands of the ancients alone. Over time, it was hidden away by those in power, fearing the loss of control over their followers. As time passed, the knowledge of telepathy was not lost. It was suppressed. It was hidden away by secret societies, organizations that understood the profound potential of this ability. These societies, from the Freemasons to the Illuminati, recognized that telepathy could serve as a tool of immense power, one that could allow them to control thoughts and actions, shaping reality itself. Imagine for a moment a world where thoughts are no longer private, where the minds of the masses can be influenced, directed, or even manipulated through the unseen transmission of thoughts. Those who controlled this knowledge could guide entire populations without the need for force, making people believe they were making their own decisions, all while their thoughts were subtly shaped by those in power. Throughout history, the secret societies have guarded this power, ensuring that the masses remained unaware of their own latent abilities. It was not just knowledge, it was a weapon, and those who wielded it were careful not to let it slip into the wrong hands. But even as the ancient world shrouded telepathy in secrecy, the seeds of its rediscovery were being planted in more modern times. Fast forward to the 20th century, a time when the world was gripped by the Cold War. On the surface, it was a battle of ideologies, capitalism versus communism. But behind the scenes, both the United States and the Soviet Union were deeply invested in a different kind of race, the race for psychic dominance. During this time, the USA and the Soviet Union began secret experiments into the human mind, attempting to unlock the hidden potential of telepathy. What they didn't know was that they were tapping into a much older knowledge, one that had been guarded for centuries. The American government, through programs like Project Stargate, sought to develop psychic spies, individuals capable of remote viewing and transmitting thoughts over vast distances. The Soviets, not to be outdone, were also investigating similar abilities through their own secret programs. with reports of psychic soldiers who could manipulate minds and influence decisions from afar. In these experiments, the government recognized that telepathy wasn't just about receiving messages, it was about controlling the mind, about influencing behavior, and shaping perceptions of reality. The military understood the potential power of telepathy as a tool for manipulation, how easily it could turn a soldier into a puppet or a civilian into a sleeper agent. But it wasn't just about military strategy. Telepathy could be used to influence public opinion, to sway elections and to keep entire nations in line, all without them even knowing they were being controlled. Control through thought. This perhaps is the darkest secret of all. As the knowledge of telepathy was rediscovered in the 20th century, it became clear to those in power that they could use this ability to establish a much greater level of control over humanity. With the ability to influence thoughts directly, the power structures of the world could eliminate dissent, control entire populations, and suppress the awakening of individual consciousness. Secret societies and government agencies continued to experiment with the mind, knowing that if they could break through the barriers of individual thought, they could create a society of conformity. A world where people believed they were free, but were in fact merely puppets on a string. The knowledge of telepathy, a gift once available to all, was turned into a tool of manipulation, controlled by a select few. But as the veil begins to lift, as humanity awakens to its true potential, the power to communicate through thought once again begins to resurface. Now, as the world enters a new age, we stand on the brink of reclaiming that lost knowledge. The secrets of telepathy are not lost forever. They live within us, waiting to be unlocked once more. Through meditation, ancient practices, and the rediscovery of our own natural abilities, we are beginning to tap into the vast power of the mind. As we awaken to this dormant potential, we can free ourselves from the chains of manipulation and return to a state of pure connection with each other, with the universe, and with ourselves. The time has come to transcend the limits imposed on us. The lost knowledge of telepathy is no longer a secret. It is a key, one that opens the door to true freedom, where the mind is once again allowed to roam unfettered by those who seek to control it.